Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our RimWorld Rome Let's Play. I do apologize for the gap between episodes, or just the lack of videos in general. As many of you are probably aware at this point, I did get a new job, which is occupying quite a bit of my time. And I've been sort of waiting for things to kind of cool down and, finally settle in, but that's not happening. Things just kind of keep snowballing more and more, so I've had even less time than I was expecting to continue working on the channel. But I will try to keep making videos where I can here and there, so if you are interested in following along and you haven't already, I highly recommend you make sure you obviously subscribe and then click the little bell thing so that you get notified when I post videos, because I won't necessarily be posting them on a regular schedule like I was before. And so that'll be the easiest way for you to keep track of my posting schedule or when videos do go up. Also, if you are following along on the Discord, I'm still somewhat active on there. I try to check it every day and reply to people. So I'm still, on that daily. And the videos do get posted there as well, so it's a good way to keep track too. So another good way to follow along. Anyways, whenever I was in RimWorld last, I was messing around a little bit, just trying to get our new little outpost here up and running a bit. So you can see that we got one farm complete with rice, and we started planting some heel root. We'll hopefully finish that, and then we'll have one more of rice. I also measured out exactly what the center of this map tile is. So it's right here. I did measure along the edges. So the map is, I think, what we did, like 350 by 350. So I basically just measured to the halfway point and then went out and then did the same on that side. So the center is right here, not too far from where we actually set up. So that's pretty convenient. But we'll make sure when we start building the base that we do center it, just so that we have maximum distance from the edges in every direction. We also have some guests. They do have some trading goods to offer, as well as potentially a quest. I don't think we'll want to pick up a quest. However, we'll see though. Let's get things rolling for now. And we'll start working on some stuff down here. I'm trying to figure out, I wanted to get a stone cutting bench going. So if we go to production, we have the stone cutters table. I can make it out of steel or wood. I was hoping I could make it out of, say, blocks, because we did tear down a whole bunch of stuff out here, marble. So I'm going to draw a stockpile zone under that. There we go. And it doesn't really matter what can be stored in here. In fact, I'm going to say like nothing and no, or very low priority. So nothing actually gets moved into there, but that should now allow us to build stuff out of stone. Hopefully that adds to here as well. I just lost it. There it is. Yeah, so we still can't build a stonecutter's table out of stone, unfortunately. So we need to get enough wood or enough steel, which might be harder to do. Vivian is upset, unfortunately. I might need to send some more people on over there. I'm a little bit concerned about food. Obviously, just getting started. We don't have a lot to work with, but I would probably like to have a couple more bodies there just to help us with the whole building thing. So there's a bit of steel there. We'll also get that floor pulled up, and that should be a bit more, but I don't think we have a whole lot of steel at all. 38. And what did we need for that if we decided to go the steel route? We need 105. Okay, well, that is somewhat doable. I'll go ahead and place that down now, and that'll let us start manufacturing stone blocks that we can build walls out of. Luckily this is iron, not steel, so we don't have to worry about tearing that down. We'll probably have to mine the rest. I recall seeing some. That's all iron over there. There's a bit more iron here. This is all going to be steel there, so it might be easier to just tear this down. So let's start with that. We'll deconstruct, and we can get some of the floors going too, though they seem to put those at lower priority than the actual walls. But that will help us. If we can find any more of that, that would be great. Because obviously that's a little bit faster than digging into mountains for it. By the way, if any of you guys are interested in Bannerlord, Mountain Blade Bannerlord that is, I have had beta access for a while now. I don't really have time to play, obviously, but I have jumped into the multiplayer a little bit, and if I ever get the chance, I'll try to put a video out on that. I'm not very good at the multiplayer, though, so it's probably going to be painful for some people to watch, but I'm not the worst ever, and, you know, it's a little bit of early access gameplay, though I'm sure there are other YouTubers putting stuff out. But more importantly, I was contacted, I don't know if it was on behalf of Tail Worlds or if it was, is that a pet? Okay, just making sure. I don't know if it was on behalf of Tail Worlds or if it's just another private company doing their own thing, but I was offered to do a paid Bannerlord video, and I don't have any of the details yet, but my answer is probably going to be yes, assuming I can find the time to actually make the video. And it's not because I necessarily care about the money. I'm just hoping that it means I will get the, you know, finished version or closer to the finished version of the game earlier. Because right now, again, I only have access to the multiplayer, and I only really care about the single player. So my hope is that, you know, if that is the case, I'll get the single player early, and I can show you guys some of that stuff sooner rather than later. But I'll get back to you on that. Anyways, you just saw me there going ahead and marking some of these grapes for harvesting. Just going to help supplement our food a little bit because, you know, obviously that's kind of renewable. And we'll not eat into our, no pun intended there, our smoked meat so much. Though they do need to keep eating it because without refrigeration it's going to spoil eventually. But, yeah, I don't want to eat that or have them eat that and then we're just completely out. So you're just hanging out. Gogwa is there. So what are you up to? Removing floors. Okay, cool. So you're tearing stuff down. That's great. Oh, I thought oh, you already tore the walls down. Okay. I was going to say, I thought I got the center floors, but that was on the other one. This is the one we just queued up. So we'll have them pull all those up too. And that'll be a bit more steel to work with. And we did get that bench finished. I'm genuinely curious what's in there. We'll have to investigate that when we have a bit more manpower. But I would like to start producing stone to build with. Let's see, what are the primary chunks that we have lying around? It looks like it's going to be limestone again, which I'm totally cool with. Limestone is what we were using for the primary building material back here. This is all limestone. So we'll be consistent. And it looks like there is plenty of granite as well, so we can use that as contrasting material if we need to. But let's start with limestone. We'll just say do forever. And I don't really care who does it, but we just want limestone being made. And then following that, I'll probably just say any stone block. But limestone's the priority, and then if there's no limestone to be processed, then we will just process whatever is available. And I think, just to expedite this process, I will create a stockpile zone right here. And we'll have that marked for limestone chunks. We'll set that to critical, or maybe just important. We'll clear everything with the exception of limestone chunks. And I'm going to mark some for hauling. I'm going to start a little bit further away, though. These are already, I think, convenient enough as it is. So let's maybe go up here. We can just zoom in. Oh, I'm getting a little bit of lag. That's weird. Wasn't having that problem before, but We'll mark all those for hauling. That should be fine. And are we getting anything done? You're still sleeping. I'll let you rest. You're tearing up floors, getting us more steel. That's totally fine. And it looks like they're just hauling steel. So not a lot going on here at the moment. Let's check back in at the main base, where there's always plenty going on, but okay, yeah, right, I forgot about that. So I made a stockpile here for all of our raw metallic materials. So you're seeing the iron, the steel, and the copper that we've harvested. The bronze is still in the base because the bronze gets used for armor more often than anything else. And it looks like we've got some clothing lying around. Whose bearskin cape is this? I think that was freshly made. The question is for whom? I honestly don't recall because it's been so long. But we do have an extra helmet as well. Mankin, are you much of a fighter? You are, so you should probably have that. Why are you nude? Are you a nudist? No. So that's just unfortunate, I guess. Mankin. We had a couple of new additions, in case that wasn't obvious between episodes, but it's been so long that I honestly don't recall who. I just know that there's a couple. Rather than have her do that, I'm actually going to get her dressed right now, or at least as dressed as we can get her. So we're going to throw her in that tunic and that bronze helmet. And I believe we have some armor being produced, one of these projects probably. There's a buckler. Okay, so maybe not. But we'll make sure she gets some armor. It looks like she is a little bit more melee oriented. Yeah, so we will want to get her some heavier armor. I've been putting the archers in a little bit lighter armor. But for the actual frontline fighters, we'll make sure that they're, you know, as properly equipped as can be. And let's see, we've got a lot of stuff piling up over here, so we need meal sources. Yeah, that's still going to be an issue back here. I suppose, let's see, what's the most efficient way that we can produce food right now? The smokehouse will let us smoke raw meat. Actually, I think a smoke pit is probably going to be better. So let's throw down a smoke pit. They should be cutting trees down, so hopefully they get around to that. But the smoke pit will let us smoke any raw meat that we come across, obviously. So not only does it preserve it, but that does technically make it edible in a way that won't give us a penalty if they eat it. So I think that's worth doing, and we can kind of use that rather than cooking for a while, because it's also pretty fast. I'm not sure what else we can get going here right now. I'll have to, I don't know when I'll get the chance, but I'm gonna have to start planning the walls here. I showed you guys vaguely what I wanted to do with it. Why are you... She's having a little bit of a issue right now. Interesting. She's just like infinitely swapping between these two bucklers, it looks like. So drop that. Okay. Yeah, sure, whatever. I guess you just don't get a buckler because you're apparently not smart enough to use one. Okay, that fixed it. Can somebody haul that? I'm sure it'll get hauled eventually. But yeah, so the archers are carrying bucklers as well. I'm making them out of bronze, just so that when they do inevitably get pulled into melee combat, they'll have a little bit more protection. And also, because of the way that those particular shields, or that particular mod pack of shields is implemented, the shields do function even if they're using a ranged weapon, because they're sort of like a proxy for a shield belt. If that makes any sense. So... let's see. You need a shield. You need a shield. You have one. You don't. You have one. Okay, so I think most of them have shields, though yours is highly deteriorated. Neither of you have a weapon. We'll try to get her a throwing weapon since she's somewhat competent with it. We'll get him the shield and a Gladius as soon as possible. So go ahead and pick that up. And are you ever going to put those clothes on? Oh, you did. Then what's happening over here? Is this just one of those weird artifact things? No. Apparently there was an identical cloth tunic there or something, which we do not need at the moment, so it'd be nice if that made its way into here, but unfortunately it looks like we are a bit full at the moment, so that will be a problem. I'd love to sell this thing because I can't use it, but so far I don't think any of the traders that we've had have been interested in it, so that's something we'll have to keep an eye out for. But I guess while we're here, I'd like to send some people over. So are you somebody that might be useful there? I mean, you're a good fighter, construction, plants, animals, and cooking. Yeah, I think he would actually be a pretty good addition to the Outpost at the moment. I don't know that you three, yeah, you're not equipped yet, so we'll pass on you. Mining, crafting. I think I'd prefer to keep her crafting skills here at the moment. Animals and a little bit of crafting. Maybe. And she's not in any relationships. So yeah, I think we'll send Katya and Libus. So let's actually put that together now. Okay. So let's go ahead and put together that caravan. Whoops. Wow, so many names. So many names. Okay, so Libus, there you are. And Katya is in here somewhere. There she is, right at the top. Okay, so those two, I could send them on horseback, but I think I will just have them go on foot. I do need to give them some food. How many meals do we have? 26. I don't want to send them with like all the smoked meat, so I'll give them the pemmican, which they apparently aren't allowed to eat, so I'll need to fix that. So Libus, let's go to your health tab. We'll set that to caravan. I might need to reinitiate this though. Sometimes it doesn't update. And caravan. Okay, so items, 0. There we go. 2.5 days worth of food. And then I could give them maybe an extra 200 of smoked meat. So that's going to give them about a week's worth of food. And that should help, obviously, the people that are already there. I don't know that they'll need anything else. So let's go ahead and choose our route, which is going to be here. It's going to take them about a day to arrive. That's fine. So off they go. That's a couple more bodies to help out over here. Hopefully speed things along a bit more. Is anybody going to cut these trees? I guess they're too busy planting right now to do that. But hopefully they can get that done relatively quickly. I'm surprised. I guess because heal route is a little bit more skill intensive. I was gonna say I'm surprised it's taking them so long because they have actually pretty decent skill, but yeah, it was just the fact that that is heal route. The rice is going down much more quickly, but once they're done planting, we should see them start cutting down trees and harvesting berries and whatnot. So when we have some wood, we can get the smoke pit down. We can maybe put down a couple of other things as well. Can try to start adding some walls and doors to this as well. It's not a priority though, but making this an interior space would be wise. It'll just keep everything in here nice for a little bit longer. Oh, there's a sword for us. Who needed one? You have one. I'm gonna give it to Gallo first. He's actually practicing his melee right now. Go ahead and equip that as a sidearm. Actually, no. For now, just equip it. And then let's see. What else was being made? I honestly don't remember what that was. Greek for belly releaser. Ah, right. We're making a rudimentary crossbow for Dante. And maybe for others as well, but for now, just Dante. I didn't know it was made out of bronze, though. I thought it would be made out of wood or something. But whatever. Looks like it's almost done. So I'm going to check. Do we need more helmets? Z needs like a hat or something because she's an archer, so I don't need to give her a helmet necessarily. I could, though. I could give her one of these. I might just do this sun hat. Yeah, I'll do a sun hat, I think. Because we have a lot of leather piled up. So cape, headband, let's do a sun hat. Fur capes are still coming for winter, in case we need them. What else? I need weapons, so that's also going to be here. Pila, yeah, those need to get made, and I need at least one more of these. So hopefully that goes over well. Actually, I think I need another one of those too. We'll see if that gets done and adjust as needed. Gogwa, how is your planting skill? 12. And Galia was 8. So yeah, you guys are decent. Oh, there it is. It's done. So Dante, with his 3 shooting skill, but again, he does have some passion there. We're going to try to make him a decent shot with this crossbow. And eventually, when we get the other one made, I was going to see is Stin. No, he's not really somebody that can use that. So probably just Dante for now. Actually, before the other one gets made. Oh, we only had one. Okay, never mind. I was going to say I'll put the other one on hold for now, but it was only one to begin with. Since it's been so long, why don't we check in on our prisoners? Fox, who is, we are recruiting you, right, Fox? Oh, we were trying to release you? Okay, well apparently that's not happening. Animals and art. Yeah, probably just cut her loose. Demosthenes is somebody that we were trying to recruit, and it looks like we are doing pretty good on the resistance front. The recruitment difficulty is somewhat high, so that might take a little while after we get through the resistance. He is kind of similar to Fox, except he is younger. I think his traits are a bit better. No, they're about the same. But his skills are just a little bit more widespread. So while he is primarily focused in 2 things, art and intellectual rather than art and animals, he does have passion for other things. So we could potentially, you know, train him up as a farmer or a doctor, though that might be a bit much. But he can do art and research, so that's helpful. Elvira is only 15. I don't recall if we were recruiting her. We were just putting her to work, right? Yeah, because she's a pyro. So she's been just cleaning for us mostly, I think. Sanders is another pyro, so he's probably not going to be recruited. Construction and mining. Yeah, we'll put him to work in the mines once we have mines to put him to work in. Combo is somebody we should be recruiting. Yeah, she's just way up there. I think her resistance was actually nearly 102. I don't recall exactly what it was, but it was high. And we'll get through it eventually, but she is a decent fighter. And it looks like we could train her up to, you know, craft too, possibly. Fleming is another person that we are just forcing to work. He is somebody that we could maybe eventually recruit, but he can, you know, also work as a prisoner, either mining or crafting. So that's something to consider. But I might actually recruit him because his traits aren't bad. So you know what? Let's switch that to work and recruit, and we'll start chipping away at that resistance a bit. Timoleon, we are definitely recruiting you. It looks like we're almost through that resistance. Again, difficulty is pretty high though, so it might still be a while. Pretty good fighter. Some potential for building. A lot of skill already at mining. Abraham, kind of a similar character, except for we're swapping. Okay, our Caravan finally left. We're swapping mining for animals, essentially. And finally, Caro, we've been trying to recruit for a while. And let's see. Oh, I didn't mean to click bio. If we can get any more plasteel, we can maybe remove another one of these. We have enough to do 1, maybe 2 more, but we'll have to wait and see. He is quite old, so I don't want to invest like everything we have into him. But there's still ways to go on his resistance at 40. So that's where we're at on the prisoner front. In terms of research, We are almost through microelectronics. Again, we're not actually going to use this. We're trying to get to fabrication. So once we finish microelectronics, as I said before, I will burn the... where did it go? This thing. I will burn our Tech Prof Sub-Persona Core, which will immediately complete the multi-analyzer research. And then we'll actually research fabrication so that we can make components, because many of the things that are accessible to us actually require components, like some of the more advanced ballista, for example, which, of course, the Romans could make, but for whatever reason, they decided to make them almost sort of off-limits in terms of tech here, so we kind of have to, go about it in a weird way. So they are on the move. Where were they sleeping? Because they're not going to be sleeping there anymore. So Katya and Libis. Where were you guys? Did you even have beds? It doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, at least we sent some people that were previously homeless. Okay, no. Katya was sleeping here. So, who does not have a bed at the moment? Mankin and Z. So, Z, you can have that. And why don't you go sleep there now? And then, I don't know where Libis was. I don't see his name. It's entirely possible that he was just sleeping on the ground. Okay. Well, I'm not going to sweat it. What are you carrying? Oh, you're carrying a baby. Okay. It's like, what is that container? What is it a container of? That was Decius, who is 2 years old now. Needs a bath, but is otherwise healthy. And where's Constantia right now? Just hanging around the farm. Also healthy and apparently clean. And Stilicho is running her back to her crib as well. These guys have not made it very far. Looks like the actual travel time is going to be a little bit longer than expected, but that's okay. How are we doing here? We made any headway at all? We've got a couple stacks of stone blocks here, so that's nice. These are the ones we've actually cut. The marble is stuff that we deconstructed. So that sun hat finished. Where did it go? Oh, it's right here. So Z, that's going to be your sun hat. Go ahead and equip that when you're finished. And Z, you can actually equip that buckler too, because she's going to be an archer for us. And speaking of being an archer, right? You're an archer? Yeah. We can give her this too, so that works out. Grab those and equip this. We'll try to get her a knife or a gladius or some sort of melee weapon, but it's just going to be a backup. Probably a knife, because she's not going to be much good with it regardless. But for the characters that are pretty proficient in both, but favor ranged, I've tried to give them a gladius so that they do, have the ability to kind of stand in and fight where possible. But anyways, back to you guys. We're finally cutting down some trees. It looks like the smoke pit is ready to go. So the way I like to set this up is I do the 40 batch first. We'll just say do forever. Then the 10. And that way, if we have 40 raw meat available, they'll do the larger batch first. But if we don't, then they'll do the smaller batch. But ideally, we want them doing, the larger one. So we'll get that set up. That cougar is making me a little bit nervous. So I might go ahead and pool all of our troops together and kill that thing before it decides to hunt somebody. In fact, let's do that now. Or I'll do it as soon as you're done harvesting that. Okay, so you three. It's going to be a little bit awkward. There we go. Come on over here, please. I don't want them hunting my horses or people, so we got to kill this thing before it becomes a threat. Oh, come on. You can move faster than that. Alright. Oh, and the lynx is hunting one of my archers. Why don't... Okay, never mind. gonna say I was gonna send 3 of them, but it looks like we are just gonna send this one. I was gonna say 2, but no, it's just the one. Aetius can help. You two, go kill that lynx, please. And let's come back over here. Still waiting on Gallia. But let's get ready to kill that thing. Okay, come on. Don't take too much damage now. You go get yourself treated. I'm going to mark this thing for hunting just so that she can finish it off. Cannot mount animal busy. What? No, I want you to finish killing it. Why can't I prioritize hunting? Oh well, it'll die and get picked up eventually. I'm not too worried about it. So 2. Here comes 3. You have a shield. Why isn't it showing up? Whatever. We'll do this the proper way. We'll set up. Oh no, it went inside. That's no good. I was gonna say we'll set up in a line and we will throw some Pila before we actually engage. Maybe try to bait it out. Oh, is it stealing my food? Better not be. And you go there. And then, why don't you guys go ahead and start throwing? None of those hit. That's not good. Not very promising. That almost friendly fired our horse. Come on, move. It looks like it's fleeing. With that done, I'm going to make sure that Mankin gets it. And if we come back over here, we'll try to set up in a line again. Go ahead and throw. All completely off target. Keep moving up. This is not working out very well. I should have brought some archers. Okay, that hit. The Pila do a lot of damage, so as long as we land a couple of shots, this thing will go down. It's just becoming painfully slow to actually do so. Okay, thing died. What did you die to? Probably... Oh, we got it in the head with one of them. Alright. That reminds me, though, we kind of need a butcher's table, don't we? That's not going to be furniture. Though... Might want to use this one. So, let's see. Stove. What is the one that I use? Let's go back over here. Which one did I use in here? Wooden butcher table. So I'm just going to click build copy. Oh, can I actually do that? No. I don't think I can jump back and forth. But it is there somewhere. I think. So, I'm pretty sure the issue is this mod got split. So I don't know where everything ended up, but it should be in here. Butcher's shelf. Kitchen accessories, those are walls. Research, stoves, bonfire, tailor, smithy. It's not any of those tables. That's so odd. And it wasn't in here. It's not gonna be there. It could be maybe in production. I mean, that's where the regular one is. I guess we can just do a regular... Oh, it is retextured. Okay, so it's just here. Well, that's good to know. Why don't we throw that down? I'm not sure where I want it to be honest. I can put it here and we'll just block that off maybe. We'll make the door right there, possibly. Yeah, so yeah, I'll put that there. And then if we go to classic furniture, I can actually put in... Well, I'm going to need a wall there, but a butcher's shelf and then a kitchen cupboard. And that will help with cleanliness to the point where we shouldn't have I mean, we're going to need to clean this and put a door there, but it'll help a little bit. So I'll put that in for now. And if we go to structures, everything's moved around on me. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here now. I'm just looking for the regular old wall, and we'll build it out of marble, I guess. So we'll fill that in. I'm just going to do that for the sake of my sanity. And then, what kind of doors have we been using? I think we're using these doors for everything. So let's just put a double wooden door in right there. And that'll be an interior space. We can ask them to build a roof on it. Or, I think we should already have a roof on it. Yeah, okay. Alright, so, while they take care of building the stuff that we've queued up, I'm going to ask that they clear this area, or at least to some degree, mine this stuff out. So we'll start with that, and I'm going to do, I think, everything but this center square right here, just so I can keep track of where the middle is. And then, once they get to the point where that's the only thing left, I'll mark the area around it and mine it out. But if I mine the whole thing and don't pay attention to it, then my plan will go away and I'll have to calculate this again. So if I do it this way, I should be able to keep track. And once we get this area open, we'll maybe need to terraform this. What kind of soil is that? Oh, it's just rich soil. Okay. So we can start building in this area. And again, I'll have to take some time off camera, probably at some point, I don't know when, to measure out where I want those structures to be. But I did show you guys in earlier videos kind of how I wanted to go about it. It's just a matter of, you know, how big each thing needs to be. Let's actually harvest all of these if they're ready. The sooner we harvest them, the sooner they start generating more. So I figure we should probably do that now, and we can maybe turn these into not primary food source, but something that we can kind of rely on. We'll also get rid of that stockpile now. Okay, so this is ready to go. We're just going to do butcher creature forever. And we'll just make sure that, yeah, no humans allowed. We'll say cooking skill of 5 or better, which should weed out the worst of the bunch. And this needs to be fueled. So Constantine, can you do that real quick? And then I'm going to ask, let's see, Gogwa, are you the cook? No, Galia is the cook. Galia is also mining right now. But I'd kind of like to get that cougar turned into meat and then into smoked meat. So you're going to go wash, that's fine. After you wash, let's ask that you butcher. And then we'll see where to go from there. So, another statue finished. I don't know when this one was done, but I like to stop and check these out because they're kind of interesting. So this is a good quality statue. It is 270 beauty, so it'll definitely boost whatever area that we put it in. This was, again, made by Apicus, or Apicus. And this is called Shadow for Constantine. So let's see what it actually is. This piece portrays Constantine Gorin striding forward purposefully with a dead look in his eyes. A tree is visible in the distance. 7 farmers appear beneath the main subject. This representation relates to Constantine forming a caravan on the 6th of April, May 5502. I wish it looked a little bit more classical. Unfortunately, it looks like a barbarian. So I'm not sure where we'll use that. But we will use it because it is quite good. Or maybe we can sell it. But I prefer the ones like we have down here where they actually look like Roman statues. Versus one that looks like we're kind of revering a barbarian. Not quite fitting in this scenario. But that's okay. We'll, again, either find a use for it or try to, liquidate it for something that we can use instead. I should have tried to trade, now that I think about it, I should have tried to trade with those guys, even if I didn't really have anything here. just because if they had plasteel, I could have made it work, but we need plasteel for operations. Let's actually go back and look at that. So where are we at with plasteel? 107. How much did we need for Caro again? I'm going to have to track him down this way probably. Caro, for your health, if we wanted to treat your, probably either your torso or your spine, I don't think we can do both. The spine's going to be 80 and 3 real medicine, which I think is also a limiting factor. Yeah, we got 9. So we could do that, or we can cure the frailty, which is going to be more plasteel than we have. So we have to do the bad back. We can repair his spine for 80 plasteel and 3 medicine, or we can cure, repair, bad back, 80 plasteel. So it's the same thing. Probably just 2 different mods doing it. Or one might be vanilla, one might be a mod. I figure that's worth doing, probably. Unfortunately, the frail torso is a bigger penalty. Maybe that's why I was holding off. Because if we get 13 more plasteel, we can cure the frail torso, and he'll just have a bad back, which, while it does slow him down, it's a much smaller manipulation penalty, so it will affect his combat and other stuff less. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll just kind of have to keep an eye out. I'd also like to get this road expanded a bit more. I think I mentioned this before, but I'd ideally like to eventually have the roads run all the way to, you know, the exit points. And we'll have this one maybe connect there or something. And that one can connect here too. Or just have some roads running around the base here through the forest so that we can get around a little bit better. And while it will, of course, allow our enemies to get around a little bit better as well. These damn wild animals. The thing's pretty far off. I don't know if it's actually going to be a threat. Oh, maybe if I unpause it will be. Anyway, even though it will allow our enemies to potentially get to our base more quickly, it will be leading them to the sort of points where we want them to be attacking. Oh, he didn't come close enough. There we go. Come on, use that scorpion. I'm calling it a scorpion, even though it's a crossbow. Because that's an awful big crossbow. Research finished. Microelectronics. Okay. So I'm going to watch this bear get shot a couple more times. I think I mentioned this before, but I'll mention it now just in case I didn't. The reason I pushed the scorpions back is because I want to be able to put like archers or legionnaires in the front line here, and this thing can still shoot over them without risking friendly fire. So I felt that that was just a better way to do it. It does slightly block the entrance, but if we make sure that that person is the last one in the room, or just put them aside until we're ready, then it doesn't, you know, matter too much. Alexandria, why are you wearing that? That is definitely not part of your soldier's attire. I'm not going to worry about it right now, but that does need to go eventually. I don't want you fighting a bear head up. Oh, okay, well, I guess I shouldn't have been worried. As you were? I don't know what you were doing, but let's mark that for hunting, and I'll ask her to finish it off. Why can I not hunt these things? ATS, as you were. Actually, I think you can hunt. No, apparently not. Who can hunt? Why is this so difficult? Hunting. Let's see. You're on like the opposite side of the map right now. Well, whenever you're done with that, there we go. Go take care of this. And now that I have completely lost my train of thought. Right. I was going to check it on our research. So whenever this gets started, like actually started though, I don't know that it matters. Since it's our current project, I don't think it should matter. Do me a favor and come equip that. So let's find Dante. He's cooking. Why are you cooking? We have like 4 cooks. Why are you cooking? That's so odd. Are you even allowed to do that? Cooking 3. Okay, that's going to go down to 4. Finish that meal. And let's see if I reset your AI. So why are you not doing this research? Is there like a problem? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to grab Dante and I'm going to ask him to use this device. And that should auto-complete the research. Then it's just a matter of researching actual fabrication, which is going to take a really long time, but once we're done with it, we're done with it. So we'll use that. Technology given, multi-analyzer. So that's finished. It's being kind of odd because it's still queued. So what's happening now? I don't know. I hope if we leave it alone, it'll figure itself out. I guess I will just kind of leave that be and check back in next time as to whether or not it worked. But ideally, we can jump straight into fabrication again, make that happen. How's our Devil Strand going? That has been a real pain to grow for us because I'm trying to keep these guys in red cloaks, but I just can't grow the Devil Strand fast enough. So I'm hoping that having 3 plots of it is in fact enough. Well, I've got to start getting ready for the day tomorrow, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here for now. And hopefully I can get back to this much sooner than this last time and give you guys another update. But it looks like we're slowly settling in over here. We're piling up some raw resources that we can then start building with. And hopefully we're getting a decent supply of food going. As far as the 2 joining them are concerned, it looks like they still have about a half-day's journey, a little bit more than that actually. They're going to arrive with less food than expected, so that food that we are collecting here and producing is going to be all the more important. We'll need to figure out our living situation here soon too, because this is not going to fit too many more people, and sleeping on the floor is not ideal regardless. Anyways, with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you. Again, I apologize for the delay in videos and the complete lack of them, but work is work, and unfortunately that is the priority. As much as I enjoy making videos, got to do my real job first. So thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for my next video.